Hello, hello. My name is Fan, and I have the special pleasure of speaking to Ren Robertz. Now, she is one of those geniuses who built her first business to an annual income of $500,000 by the time she was 30. Now she helps entrepreneurs create more passive income, time freedom, and joy so they can thrive for decades in their business and life. She will be talking at the Thrive in Business and Prosper in Life Summit from October 16th to the 20th. And she will be talking about, what is it?
Oh, 22nd. That's actually the date that I'm talking is the 22nd.
Yeah, she's on the last day. She'll be talking on the 22nd at 1 PM PST time. And her title is Legacy Impact Through Your Business. Welcome, Ren.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invite to both speak here and on your summit.
Oh, no, a pleasure to hear what you can provide for us. You're one of those inspirational speakers, and I can't wait how you got there. Now, your title is about, helping entrepreneurs create passive income and freedom and time. Say more about that.
Well, why there's kind of this triad, and it seems to resonate with a lot of people, is they hear this idea of financial freedom. And we're like, ooh, we want that, right? So that's kind of starts to lead people in that direction. And when we look at financial freedom a little more through like a magnifying glass or looking at that, is that then to get true financial freedom, it's to have your passive income, so money you don't have to actively work for and trade time for dollars. So when your passive income exceeds your everyday expenses, can be your business expenses, personal expenses, however you want to quantify that. When your passive exceeds expenses, that's the definition with financial freedom. So then what do those numbers look like? How do you create that? And my challenge and adventure has been to create passive income from my own love of business. And my first company was with animals. And I did that having a petting zoo company in Los Angeles and was like, this is my ticket to financial freedom. And there's a lot more to that story.
You are like, I like the fact that you've actually walked the talk before you taught it, as opposed to coming from a coaching program and, talking about it, not experiencing it yourself. So I'm glad you went through that. And looking at the way you light up, it sounds like it's more easier than people think.
Yes. And what I've discovered, and that's why my program is called Financial Freedom and Joy, was just going for that carrot out front. Ooh, I want financial freedom. That sounds great. And then going to create it, I had the money and I was miserable. And it's like a lot of things. Either you don't have time freedom and you have money, or in my case, when I was able to build up to the level to have both of those things, I didn't have joy. And I had internal work that I discovered and mindset upgrades to do. And that's honestly what lights me up. It's like being able to have your internal peace and peace of mind and freedom of spirit, and putting that with your numbers and finances, to me, is what makes this amazing, wonderful life.
Yeah. And you're so radiating. It sounds like you're just doing this work for fun.
You know what? That was the blessing. Is I sold my first company before I was 30, and I used it to get out of the rat race. I had played Robert Kiyosaki's game Cash Flow. I actually ran meetup groups for entrepreneurs in Los Angeles to play the game, and did a whole lot of stuff, and realized those systems of getting out of the rat race and having your passive, the money you're not having to work for, be able to take care of your everyday needs. I was like, oh my goodness. And so then I even have goosebumps right now. Like, I was able to then be like, what businesses do I want to create? What lights me up? And I ended up moving sight unseen to Hawaii. And I remember sitting like I had never even been to Hawaii. And my whole world just went upside down when I shifted my mindset and went like, what makes me happy? What lights me up? And oh my gosh, what an adventure.
Oh my gosh. Do you ever watch the book, read the book Under the Tuscan Sun? When
Oh, I know the movie. Yeah.
yeah, she just went to Italy and told the bus to stop and then bought a house. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you wanted this.
And the eat, pray, love. And so like that whole idea. So that spiritual journey. And that's what I realized was missing the joy. And
Oh.
I remember this moment being out on a nature hike in Kauai, most likely on a Monday morning. And I would just give gratitude that I didn't have to work a job in my business. Because for years I was working in my own business. And that was the way to make money. Though when I did my mind shift upgrade, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so my business is now running itself. I started an Airbnb property management company. And so I had virtual assistants and all of that. And so I could spend my money Monday mornings out on a hike. And that's where I met like a joyologist. And we had like a song on the like rocks with the crashing waves. And I'm just like, thank you me for following my joy. So
Joyologist.
I know, I'm like, wow, there's such a thing. And so I did some research. They don't certify that, so anyone like Ren Robertz can be a joyologist because it's just a name and it's a thing.
Oh, that's hilarious. And so for anybody who wants to create this passive income, what do you think they need to do first?
Well, there's two parts. We have them, basically it's the technology either that's in between this space in your head and you have the technology of, in our day and age, how do you market a business online, which is also like my email on things. Like, it's like, well, how do you do that? What's the technology? And what I learned with all of my different businesses, there's a zillion ways to get there. All the technologies work. So what it really needs is who's driving the ship that's making the technology get you. And so teaching the core fundamentals of whether you pick, a Kajabi or a MailChimp, the principles are the same. So how do we be able to get our message to clients, be able to have systems that deliver all of these things so we can just do what we enjoy, and then we can be on the beach in Kauai or wherever you want in the world, taking your eat, pray, love, your business systems are running, and then you can show up on Zoom, wherever you may be, and get to hang out with your students or go live on your Facebook videos. So that's the beauty of technology. So that's where when you start with, you can do it and hold that, all the rest of the how-to falls in place. And you're like, oh, it's this way. And that's, anyway.
Yeah, talk about marketing. I've heard Oprah caught wind on what you were doing.
Oh, that was actually my very first business. I have the most amazing cameo of my shirt holding animals on Oprah. It flashes the screen because I did a lot of celebrity parties. And so she was doing a special on moms and looking at the inside of a mom's, I want to say luxurious lifestyle. And I'm like, we're running the show. We really know what goes on in those industries. And so anyway, her camera crew was there to film a traditional, amazing Beverly Hills style birthday party. And so that's how I get featured on Oprah, this cameo. And so that's my biggest as of to date, October 22, that's the biggest stage that I've had the presence of being on.
How wonderful. That's awesome. Of course, you were in the LA area, so.
Yes, exactly. So it was a lot of that, bumping into different celebrities, literally bumping in as I'm holding animals and doing that sort of stuff. So that was pretty funny.
And so a little bit before, it's one thing about interviewing and talking to people the first time, you don't hear everything that people say, but I think I caught on to something about just imagine you're there and everything falls into place. Can you say a little bit about that?
So one of the tools that I've really worked with and everyone can do is you just close your eyes and realize that you are seen in pictures, and that's how our mind works. And so most of the time, whether it's saying it or seeing it, you have this vision of what you're creating, and it's almost this surrendering process to, I'm staying in my joy, this is what feels good, this is what's right for me, and letting the universe support everything that you're creating. And that's where the legacy ties in. You are
Ah,
so aligned and on purpose, and that is the legacy that you get to share. Whatever your gifts are with the world, we use technology as a partner, and it can be a wonderful relationship with a partner. And money is our partner to build this business, and our communities, and there's this connectionness, and that's the legacy that you leave behind in, one day to the next, 1 month or year to the next, a business to the next, and after the great beyond.
yeah, you make it sound so easy. And I like the fact that you actually, it's easier than we think because you actually built a petting zoo business. It's something that you really, created from scratch, and sounds easy. And if you have the passion, it works. And so our time is almost up. Just tell me, do you have any last words?
That technology is your friend, and using and following what I teach is like, how can we use Google Docs, and how can we use, this idea of funnels or stuff to grow and flow. And that's what, as we get everything aligned, that's what creates the legacy in our business, so you can stay in your zone of genius and spread more light around the world.
That's awesome. Well, Ren is going to be talking at the Thrive in Business and Prosper in Life on October 22, which is on a Saturday at 1 p.m. PST time, which is 4 p.m. EST time. And she's going to be among a lot of heavy hitters that day, and the rest of the summit, people from major coaching programs. Basically, those big name ones that you can think of. You have people from the leadership team from those ones. So consider yourself lucky. You are going to get amazing deal at a great recession price, free. So sign up to register, and the link will be in the comments description, depending on what platform we're going to be in. So thank you so much for your time, Ren.
You are most welcome, and I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm so happy I got a chance to talk to you.
You're welcome. And is it okay if people want to stay in touch with me, I can share that, or should it be in the link below?
Well, you can put the link below, and I can put it in the comment.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it's Ren, R-E-N, and then Roberts with a Z at the end. So there we go.
All right.
Aloha.
Oh,